wanna say it again. I said it, I'll say it.
You don't understand what's going on here.
I said it, I'll say it again. I said it, I'll say it again. I said it, I'll say it again. I said it before, I said it before, I said it before, I said it before, I said it, I said it.
You don't understand. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand.
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. I'll say it again.
You don't understand.
I'll say it again.
You don't understand.
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. I said it.
You don't understand here.
I felt like a boonga butterfly. Felt like a boonga.
It's so easy.
Felt like a boonga. Felt like I felt like a
Somebody got it.
like I felt like a
It's so
Somebody got it.
I felt like a butterfly. Felt like a butterfly. Felt like a butterfly. Felt like a butterfly.
You don't understand.
I felt like a butterfly.
You don't understand what's going on here. You don't understand.
I'll say it again.
You don't understand.
I'll say it again.
You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand.
I'll say it again. Again.
You don't understand what's going on.
Bingo, go.
felt like
I don't understand. I'll say it again.
You don't understand.
I'll say it again. I said it.
You don't understand what's going on here.
Good evening, my friends. Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. I hope y'all are feeling really good tonight. Thank you for dropping by. We're gonna have some fun. I am Glitchcat, and full disclosure, I am coming to you live from being a little bit sick today. But so if I seem a little low key, just feeling a little under the weather. I think I got that cold time kind of sickness, but it's all right. You know what? Because we're gonna see a sick level. It is week 368 over here, and we've got something from Revelug. I love how it says on the title screen here, Levelug by Revelug. Levelug is a fantastic maker. This is their 5th ROM hack race level, and they've got one for us tonight. It is called Midnight Ride. We've got, I kind of feel like you know the drill here, you know, the level, the racers never saw it, it got tested throughout the week. You know, it's gave some difficulty rankings, and the testers Mason, Mithrillionaire, and Electronic Logic gave it some rankings this week. We've got a 6 out of 10 for execution. We've got a 5 out of 10 for complexity. And the racers also know that there are 2 sections. And they know Revelug, I'm assuming, and they know that Revelug is a very talented maker and player. So I think we're going to see something really cool, maybe a little brainy, definitely higher on the execution scale, which is going to put a lot of emphasis on consistency from these racers. We've got 6 friends signed up tonight: B2, Double Doom, Ender of Games, Ike SMB, Trash Lord Oscar, and You Fail Me. We got B2, You Fail Me, Double Doom, and Oscar on your screen right now. We're going to be rotating folks in as they make progress. Big thanks, of course, to our volunteer staff. We've got Captain Blueprint and Citrus scouting all the racers, and the ever wonderful What's Up Dot. We love our trans comrades on the restream, pushing the buttons, making everything look really good for you. Rotating folks in as they make some progress. 2 sections tonight, so like I said, consistency is really going to come into play. I hope you're ready for some fun. Sorry if I'm Glitch. If I seem a little low key, yeah, just feeling a little bit under the weather today. But you know, it's a nice day to just kind of stay in, get cozy, drink some water, stay hydrated, have a hot cocoa. It's cold out there, and let's heat it up with a cool ROM hack race tonight. So we're getting ready to start, man. We are ready to roll. 3, 2, 1, video games, and I'll tell you all the rest of the stuff along the way. Like how you can go to romhackraces.com if you want to learn a little bit more about us and what we do. But right now, it is week 368, Midnight Ride from Revelug. Okay, it's a shell level. Amazing. You know, who could have guessed? Revelug making a shell level. Revelug is just such a talented player and maker, and I know we're going to see something really cool. So, right off the gate, we've got the blue kicking Koopa B2 in the upper left-hand corner, making some fast moves already, really figuring this out pretty quick. Looks like Oscar, Fail, and Double Doom also picking up on this. We're going to have the blue Koopa kick the blue shell to the right, and then we're using those 2 brown platforms in order to stall out that time. Mario's going to bop that blue shell onto the sprite solids, and yeah, there we go. Double Doom, first one through. Nice sight read there, getting through those next 2 shell jumps, bopping that blue shell, and then riding that gray platform down to pick up the Yoshi, pick up the blue shell, and now we're going to pick up Yoshi, and using those 2 shells on the edge there to stall for time while the Yoshi floats down. So like I said, with a higher difficulty ranking for this, we're really going to see consistency come into play more. Once the racers have learned what they want to do, they really want to be able to get back there. And here's B2. Oh my word, B2 in the upper left. We got a 6 out of 10 for execution and a 5 out of 10 for complexity tonight, with 2 sections on the table. We are just starting out on the first section right now. B2, though, in the upper left, making quick moves using that green bean. If there is a green bean situated at the top of the screen like that, Mario can fall into the pit and wrap around the top of the screen. And that's pretty cool, because it's going to allow them to line up for that next shell trick. So we are certainly, we're looking for consistency here, but a one-shot could be huge, especially in a level with a higher difficulty ranking. And there's B2 trying to make the most of it. Yeah, they see what they want to do. We're going to grab that shell and do another shell jump. I know, shell jumps, right? Pretty cool. And Mallow the Cat is here. My fuzzy co-commentator, Mallow the Cat, is here to put his little claws right in my leg and ask me to stop doing this because I have interrupted his nap. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, Mallow, Be good, man, or, you know, get some presents for Christmas. But we got a race. Okay, hold up. I saw B2 making some progress. Upper left-hand corner. I'm assuming y'all know how shell jumps work at this point. But there we go. B2 kicking the blue Koopa onto the Sprite Solid. Nicely done. And then using those bouncing Sprite blocks to send the empty shell forward. And there looks like they want to grab that and recover it. B2 in the upper left right now, out on a huge lead right now. They just need to get consistent, and they are going to be maybe seeing that checkpoint here pretty soon. B2, man, keeping it really consistent. They know what they want. B2 splitting those two blue shells on the 1F0. Those blue shells are inactive, and B2 wants to nudge both of those to get them both moving, bounce off one, and then use the next one later for some particularly unspecified purpose. B2 coming up on that pipe. In there. Yo, nicely done. B2 DE81, and that is, that is the checkpoint. All right. Let's go. B2 first off on the checkpoint, moving right along here. Great reads and really good consistency, making the difference for B2. B2 out here looking for their 9th first place. So really, really big moves. Let's see, we got, You Fail Me, Double Doom, Trash Lord Oscar still kicking it here on the first section, while B2 gets a little bit of a chance to read the second section. The racers don't necessarily know where each other is, where they are, but this is going to be a huge advantage for B2 because they just get a little bit of time with this next section and learn things that other racers are going to have to learn. So some pretty kind of nice shell moves going on in the second section. We've got a moving shell to start off with, and we've got the blue shell going to pick that up off the Kicking Koopa, little zigzag there, and then that gray shell is actually a double hit. In ROM Hack Race base ROM parlance, the gray shell means that it will not stop moving until you bounce on it 2 times. So that's what's going on. They're going to zigzag that around, get on up, and here we go. Look out. We got a challenge. Ike SMB coming in here in the lower left-hand corner. We could see an upset, maybe. We'll see. We'll find out. But B2 definitely on a tear here. So, Ike, You Fail Me, Oscar, gonna have to bounce pretty quick to keep up. But Ike, maybe getting super close to that pipe. But still, Ike working on the first section while B2 just ripping their way through. Ike not even bothering to use the green bean. I like that, though. Ike, ever the creative player. They're not doing that green bean wraparound, but they are making that section work just as well. And now B2 presented with 2 blue shells, and they're going to want to figure out what in the world they are doing with that. So 2 arrows going forward. So one would think that means, okay, blue shells go forward. This is where we're going to need a little bit of insight. B2 need, they've got the consistency, they've got the skills, obviously, but do they have the insight? Are they going to be able to figure out what they want here, or is Fail, Ike, Trash Lord Oscar, someone else going to be able to catch up a little bit in that time while B2 is kind of working on figuring out what they want out of this? So that's the game. Ike, okay. And there, B2 hitting the on-off switch and getting the wall of blocks open. As I'm sure you know, on-off switches operate. Block walls turn blocks on and off, and there it is. B2. You Fail Me looking at that pipe, and that could be quick for them. Now this is, again, You Fail Me. They want that consistency. Once they've seen that pipe, it's all about that consistency. Can they get back? And Fail in the upper right-hand corner, a super consistent player. So watch out. Oof, man. I'm seeing, it happens to everybody, like literally everybody. I'm seeing like some whiffs, like just like throwing the shell for the off the wall shell jump and just completely missing it. That's it always just like makes you kind of face palm, like just like, I don't know, like you're playing basketball or something, you just completely miss the net. Airball, as it were. But Fail up here in the upper right, looks like they're pulling up to the pipe, going for a shot at it. Split the shells up and in, and there it is. You Fail Me getting into the pipe. That is the checkpoint, and they're going to be moving on. So B2 with a lot of knowledge as a lead right now, but Fail looking pretty sharp and looking to maybe catch up a little bit. A couple of one-shots here for You Fail Me would really make the difference. What they need right now is knowledge, and they're either going to get that by being consistent, or they're going to one-shot something and get that knowledge anyway. But this is B2's right now. They're still way out in the lead, and I think they know what they want at this double blue shell part. They've just got to kind of make it work here. Meanwhile, Ike and oh, nice try. Ike, Trash Lord, Oscar trying to make their way through. Oscar, man, making some moves here. I like this. I also like, too, Oscar using the green bean wraparound multiple times. That's actually really smart on Oscar's part. No one else has done that yet that I've seen, but it allows them to kind of stabilize their position a little bit. And here goes B2 in the upper left. B2 for a chance at a big read. Okay, they really got some info there, but You Fail Me, look at this, catching right up. Yeah, watch out, Fail is super dangerous. And Oscar, oh man, one jump away from the pipe. So we could be seeing something else. And excuse me, while I was yapping on about whatever, Ike also down there in the lower left-hand corner making their way to the checkpoint as well. We got 3 for 4 on the checkpoint right now. B2, Fail, and Ike, really talented players all around. You are absolutely seeing some of the best play against some of the other best of the best. And it is literally anybody's race until something happens. And Oscar, look out. Yo, Oscar, can we get the... Oh, man, I think that was their first time at the pipe. Oscar going for that one shot, but they see what they want to do. Meanwhile, yeah, it's B2's right now. B2 in the lead. B2 looking for that big turn back with the blue shell. They get killed by it in midair. Yikes. That is the best way to die to a shell jump. If you whiff it and don't even touch the shell, that's bad. Your timing was wrong. But if you get killed by the shell in midair, you were so close. You were literally right there. Killed in midair, almost there. Didn't touch the shell, go to hell. I don't know. I thought I could come up with a better rhyme on the spot there. But yo, Oscar looking for that again, using that green bean. Yeah, nice to just stabilize themselves. Yeah, sorry. I wanted to come up with something a little bit funnier than that. B2, oh, a little bit of a move there. So this second section proving to be a little bit more challenging for these racers. I like this. This is where this level is earning its 6 out of 10 execution. That's our motto. Yo, okay, so some players kind of working. Oscar, oh man. So some players working, looking at Ike, trying to do a little turn back, kind of butt bounce with the double blue shells. But I think that's what's kind of holding people up on this second section right now. But B2 getting that consistency. Yeah, B2 is getting more and more runs past that point. So this could be really big. Ooh, oh man. And here goes You Fail Me. Nice. You Fail Me, man, looking to come up from behind. Holy moly, You Fail Me. You Fail Me in the upper right. Oh my gosh, and that could have been it. Oh, that was right there. So now You Fail Me pulling ahead with, talking about those one shots, man. One clutch, one shot, and suddenly You Fail Me knows exactly what they want to do to get out of here. B2 though, here it is. This is your moment. B2 in the upper left-hand corner. Could they get it? This is the jump of destiny. Okay, yo. B2 and You Fail Me tied up exactly. They both have seen it. They both know exactly what they want to do. This is literally just going to come down to who is consistent. And we absolutely have a race here. This is all tied up going into what might be, maybe, the final jump of this level. But of course, don't count out Ike. Ike and even Oscar, man, there's still time. So you could see, but here goes Fail again, second try. Oh, up-piped again, and B2 right behind. Second try for both of them. Nobody got it yet. Fail looking for their 55th first place, and B2 looking for their 9th first place. So some really big numbers here. But, everybody is doing exceptionally well. This is a really tough level. I think, honestly, it's a tough level, but by Revolug's standards, I think Revolug's kind of taking it easy on us a little bit. Yo, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. We got a level from Revolug tonight. We're checking out B2 in the upper left. We got You Fail Me, both one jump away from the them, from the win. What am I trying to say? Excuse me. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you so much. B2 and You Feel Me have both seen the pipe on this second section, 6 out of 10 execution. And here goes You Fail Me in the upper right, looking for that jump, and You Fail Me getting in there for the win. Oh my word. Yo, the come from behind. B2 made it to the section first, but You Fail Me managed to clutch it out. And here's B2 for the same jump, the jump of destiny, 3 tries apiece. Yo, man, unbelievably tight. Oh, no sad faces over here. B2, DE, and You Fail Me, man, literally neck and neck. That was less than like, what, 20 seconds apart? Absolutely awesome. That was so cool, man. You say B2 made it to that section first, but You Fail Me kind of snuck out ahead. But then they both took exactly the same number of tries at that final jump. Third time's the charm for both of them. So, man, really well done. That was literally a photo finish. Very good job. Oscar in the lower right, getting into the pipe of the first section and making his way into section number 2. We've got Double Doom and Ender of Games and Ike SMB to round out the roster here. Double Doom and Ender on the first section, Ike and Oscar down below working on the second section. In case you're just joining us, we got a 6 out of 10 for execution tonight, a 5 out of 10 for complexity. 2 sections from Revelug. We got a Revelug level, and like I said, you know, given Revelug's skill and complexity, you know, these are some higher ratings and some tough stuff that these racers are making it look easy. But I think Revelug's taking it easy on us tonight, man. I hope y'all are doing really well. Thanks for dropping by. If I seem a little quiet, sorry. I just feeling a little under the weather today. Got that cold, got that winter cold sickness. I got my Tylenol and my Mucinex and my blanket, so I'm staying hydrated. I hope you are too. Yep, I got my big bottle of sparkling kiwi strawberry water from the grocery store. It's very hydrating, and it tastes pretty good. So I hope you all are also feeling comfy and cozy and having a nice night. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. If you want to play this level for yourselves or just check out any of our back catalog, you can always head on over to romhackraces.com, our official website, and grab this patch up. Jump on our Discord server. You can get the patch right there if you want. /get level is the command for you. And in the meantime, we're going to cheer these friends on. We're looking for 3rd place on the first podium. I like to say that 4th place is the start of the fourth overall is first on the second podium. And Ike, nicely done. Oh man, making that up pipe look easy. Rounding out our first podium tonight, it's Ike SMB. Nicely done on that, man. Ike absolutely can't be stopped. Super talented player. Wrapping up their 92nd ROM hack race and their 19th 3rd place. But I just want to point out, man, I mean, you're watching skilled players play against other really skilled players. So don't let the leaderboard fool you too much. This is tough level, and these racers are making it look splendidly easy. Also, like, you know, we got 3 more. We're hanging out for 3 friends. You know, like, how are you? How are you doing? I hope that you are feeling good, having a nice night. Oh man, I hope you're staying hydrated. Don't you get sick, okay? It's not fun. But again, if you, I assume that most folks who are watching will understand the kind of basic mechanics. There's some tech in this level, but there isn't a lot of really complex custom stuff going on. If you would like to learn something, if there's something you don't understand or something I haven't explained, please feel free to ask. You know, we're checking out a shell level, so it's a lot of bouncing, moving, re-grabbing the shell. And I'm assuming, you know, y'all are Kaizo fans, right? So you know how this is working. But yeah, if you want to ask a question, you know, you can. What's a re-grab? Well, it all begins in 1912. We had to say Dickety, because the Kaiser had stolen our word 20. Back in those days, you had to tie an onion on your belt in order to go down to the arcade. I walked uphill for 34 miles to go play one game of medieval madness Back in those days, the pinball machines were made out of clockwork and little tiny cogs, and you had to bring your own motor oil from home, and we didn't have a lot of money for motor oil back in those days, so we had to go and take it from cars that were on the street. Of course, there was only one car back in those days, and everybody stole the motor oil, so they put up a big fence around it. Why, J.D. Rockefeller chased me off his property one Sunday afternoon, but I outran that rascal. And anyway, to answer your question, yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one. I hope this isn't on Jeopardy. Oh yeah, but where was I? So the important thing was that I had an onion on my belt. I had J.D. Rockefeller's motor oil in my satchel, which we called a fanny pack in those days. But I do go on. Double Doom, Ender of Games, Trash Lord Oscar here going on in this fine level. Oscar looking to figure out what is up with these double blue shells at the end. Oh, nice. Oscar, yeah, using one shell to open the turn block and the other shell to toss it right through. Those two forward arrows are definitely kind of helping out. Like, hey, both of the shells go forward. I've seen Oscar. Kind of nice to see Oscar back. I know they were taking a little vacation, but I've seen Oscar playing some Dram World. So Dram 3, in fact, not just Dram 1. Can understand how they're grinding their skills a little bit. I don't know if they got to the that one level yet, but we'll see how that goes. But if you're having fun, drop a follow for us here on ROM Hack Races, and drop a follow for the racers. You don't even have to drop the follow. You can give it, you can donate it, you can post a follow. I don't know, whatever you do with follows. But there are so many people in our community playing really cool stuff, and you are absolutely one click away from finding a cool new stream that you like and some cool friends to have. Always something happening in Kaizo SMW on Twitch, so don't be a stranger, follow some friends, make a friend, and go and watch more Kaizo. Chad, how are you doing? Feeling okay tonight? Like, how you doing? Yeah, Ender of Games also using that green bean wraparound multiple times, which is smart, really. You can continually do that. Just fall in the pit, wrap around from the green bean on top. You just have to hit the pit below where the green bean is in the sky. And you're going to wrap right around there. You can do that as many times as you wish. And, yeah. And it's pretty cool tech. Not the kind of thing you'd see in vanilla SMW. Thank you so much for the raid. B2, man. B2, I hope you get a chance to go back and watch the way that all shook out. It was awesome. You both did so well. B2 with the 8-12, I want to say, on this second. Am I looking at that right? The times are a little bit whacked out tonight. But seriously, yeah, B2, amazing job. You and Fail both did so well on this one. So really good reads. Excellent consistency and one-shots. I do feel like I need to say the line. Yeah, super close race tonight. Yeah, no, it was. It was a chill one. That's what I said. Revelug is really talented. And check out, if you want to see some Revelug kind of unchained, check out Carotene Valley, Revelug's big shell hack. That has some levels in it that are monstrously difficult and really, really creative. Revelug is really very, very talented player. I saw Revelug just take down Dram World like no problem. I was watching Revelug play Dram 3 in the special zone for a little bit, and I was just like, how? Like, how are you this fast at picking up on some of these levels? So yeah, Revelug kind of taking it easy on us tonight a little bit, but you know, it's okay. Like, I don't really mind. Doesn't have to be super challenging every single time. Trash Lord Oscar down below, looking for, man, doing really dope, man. The consistency, yo, Oscar really building that consistency up, and just looking for that ending. Ender of Games, speaking of endings, getting really close. Double Doom as well. Yeah, I like everybody using the green bean wrap multiple times to just make sure they're lined up. That is good presence of mind, which is really something you want, even in a race. You know, you gotta hurry. It's a race, so you gotta go fast, but wait, have that presence of mind. Notice when you can do things like that. Notice when you can square yourself off, stabilize yourself a little bit. Take a minute to breathe. That is even more important in a constant action level such as this. Chat, what's your favorite color shell? Disco, good answer. Good answer. Yeah, wow, okay, it's looking pretty unanimous so far. Disco shell, man, great answer. You know what? Fantastic answer. What's wrong with flying, Disco Shell? Drank a Red Bull. Got wings. I'm not sure how you mean. Is RHR used for racing? These are races, you know, yes, every week, you know, we have a new level and players are racing it. This is a race. We do have a leaderboard. That being said, this is more of a fun community event wrapped up as a race. We don't like to make it really, really hyper competitive. This is more the players versus the level than it necessarily is the players versus each other. It is, I mean, it is. We've got a leaderboard. It is a race, but you know, the aspect that we like to focus on, especially, is players overcoming challenges, players reaching their goals, players finding innovative strats. Sometimes the player who got first didn't find the really cool strat, and oftentimes you'll see awesome moves from players who aren't necessarily in first. So yes, it's a race, you know, but I do appreciate having you know, having an audience that knows that we're here to cheer on everybody. I think that's really valuable and you know, good kind of healthy way to be as a community. Oh yeah, yep, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting good use out of the base ROM. Yeah, that's I mean, we can, you know, we use it for our levels, but it's just a helpful thing for anyone that wants to build some stuff. Big shout outs and thank you to Ampersam and Underway for doing a lot of work to make that base ROM happen. Yes, you are watching this week's level. This week's maker was Revelug, and yep, you are watching right now. It's live. You're watching three folks race on this week's ROM Hack Race level. Yo, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Oh, yo, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All your subs, bits, and things go right back into the ROM Hack Races community so we can keep bringing you these. Thank you so much for that. Enjoy some ROM Hack Race emotes. They combo very well with your favorite streamers' emotes. Little hands and little body parts you can use to make cool effects. And yo, thank you so much for the support. Oscar, yo, down here, keep your eyes on Oscar in the bottom part of the screen, working on the second section, and I saw making a little bit of progress. A little bit of progress goes a long way. Pokemon Pearl. I have lost track of how many Pokemons there are. Pokemon. I remember Pokemon Red. Push the truck by the SSN, they'd say. You'll get Mew, they'd say. Figure out how to get into Bill's backyard, they used to say. Pika Blue, we used to call him. Oscar, yo. Trash Lord Oscar. No, nothing trash about that jump. First time seeing the pipe. And yep, we just got to get consistent. Oscar trying to get a little bit of consistency and get back to where they were. They know what they want to do, and I bet they know how to do it. Yo, meanwhile, Double Doom, Ender of Games, putting in the work up top. They'll get there. We are only 30 minutes in. Again, if y'all have questions about the mechanics, you want to learn a little bit more about Kaizo or what's going on, please feel free to shout it out in chat. If you don't, something you want to learn about, that is always cool. Just so you know, you're invited. I assume at this point that most people are understanding the level and what's going on here. Yeah, just so you know, you are invited if you want to learn a little bit more. I only know the original 155-ish Pokemon. Like, the original 151, and then like a handful of others that I've learned about over the years that aren't from that. We used to call that one Pokemon Pika Blue before we knew its name. I do remember that. And Furret, obviously. There's over 1,000 Pokemon. How does anyone remember all the Pokemon? I like that one that's made out of trash. It looks like a Totoro and it's made out of garbage. Missingno. Missingno was probably one of the first times. I mean, I was a kid for Red and Blue. Missingno was probably one of the first times I ever used a glitch to benefit myself in the game. You know, before then I'd seen some weird things happen, but I wasn't like exploiting a glitch to do something helpful. Missingno would duplicate all the items in your inventory or in that one slot or whatever. And that was one of those ones we read from the internet, right? Early internet dial-up. My buddy and I are going on and looking up Pokemon codes and cheats and whatever we can find. And amid all the misinformation and nonsense, we actually managed to stumble across Missingno. Oscar, yo, nice. Oscar back again for another try at the jump. Second time's the charm. Ender of Games also looking very hard at that up pipe to get into the second section. Chat, have you ever actually caught them all? Because I never did. So again, sorry if I seem a little quiet tonight. I usually try to bring a little bit more energy to the table. I'm just feeling a little sick tonight. Just got that little wintertime cold, so you know, I hope you're doing okay. Oh, Double Doom. Double Doom so close. I mean, I got that dog in me. It's just a dog that's taking a nap. You know? Got that sleepy dog. Oscar. Oh no. Oh, so close, so close. Man, Oscar, like literally in the middle of the pipe, brushing their head right up against it. Man, nice try. They've got it. It's coming soon. Your son has 100% on the 3DS and Switch games. Dang. Yo, nice work, nice work. Oscar back again. I wish I wouldn't have sold all my Pokemon trading cards from the 90s. I was there. I was there when the Pokemon trading card game came out. I go to game shops, I go to cons now, and I see the cards that they have, and I'm like, man, I had that one. I had that one. I had that one. Looking back, I had a full set, man. I had a full set of like the first 3 expansions, Pokemon card game. Granted, they're probably, if I had them today, I sold them for, you know, nothing basically. Traded them for $5 or whatever back in the day when I got tired of them. But yeah, I had first edition holographic Charizard from the original set. Wouldn't be in mint condition. I played with them, you know, they were my deck. They weren't valuable like that back in the day. And of all the things, I save stuff. But of all the things, Pokemon cards just weren't something I ended up saving. And I was like, I don't need these anymore. I got it. I play Magic the Gathering now. That's got zombies in it. That's cool. I don't need these anymore. And so I sold him, you know, for a CD and a couple of skateboard wheels. Oscar, yo. Oscar selling out, and by selling out, I mean getting out of the level. Nicely done. Yo, Oscar, Trash Lord Oscar, 38 minutes, almost 38 flat. Oscar wrapping up his 10th ROM hack race with style. Yo, nicely done. GG. Go, if you got, you know, looking for a stream to follow, recommend Oscar, dude. Oscar is a nice, positive individual and a really strong player, actually. I've seen Oscar just really take down some tough achievements in gaming. We got to hang out at GDQ. Oscar can play, man. I think you'll like their stream. Yeah, man, I wish I had those cards now. I mean, I don't know, dude. They wouldn't all be in mint condition, but that's like holographic first edition original 3 Pokemon card sets. Like, man, I'm going through at the game shop looking at what they have. It's like, yep, I had that, I had that, I had that, I had that. Maybe somewhere in my parents' house there's a couple of sealed booster packs I forgot to open. I still hope that maybe that would be the case. But we got Double Doom, we've got Ender of Games hanging out here, working on the first section, working hard. And we do have maker signups. We are pausing a little bit at the start of the year, but we will be picking back up and we will be taking levels from new makers. So you're welcome to sign up. Y'all staying warm tonight? It's a balmy 33 degrees out here. Yo, Oscar, thank you so much for the raid. GG, well played. And good job ripping through some Dram World as well. I've seen that lately. Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Ooh, yo, Ender of Games. So close at the pipe. Well, there's always more rust we can shake off, even if we play every day. That was a pretty good performance in my book. Oof. Double Doom, nice try, nice try. Ender. Oh man, getting so close from both these folks, Ender and Double Doom, just like right there, trading deaths right at the end. We're looking at the first section, a 6 out of 10 for execution, a 5 out of 10 for complexity from this level tonight from Revelug. Champion player, absolutely amazing maker. We like Revelug. And honestly, a really good musician as well. Revelug has got groovy stats, way high. High stats in the funk department. Oh, yo, there it is. Nicely done. Double Doom. Hey, no Doom here. Double Doom H. Yeah, yo, dancing. It's good. You know, it's a good game if your character can dance. Yeah, if your character can headbang and dance, that's a sign of a good game. So that's how you know Super Mario World is a good game. Double Doom making their way to the checkpoint, second section. And yeah, I got one more section to go. Moving on up. So we got Ender of Games, first section, Double Doom, working on the second section. Both racers doing really well, working really hard, man. I appreciate that everyone's here to cheer on everybody. That is, you know, like I was talking about before, man. That's important. You know, it's a race, yeah, but it's a fun community event where we all get to try out a cool new level together, and I appreciate everyone just kind of being supportive. That's really, really important, right? You know, we grow our community a lot stronger if we're supportive and we welcome folks, new folks coming in. If we cheer when they finish, whenever they finish, you know, instead of just saying, "Yeah, well, you didn't get first place," you know. Yeah, it's the race is the framing device, not the content. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So Double Doom making their way through this second section, learning really quickly actually. So yeah, time for some consistency. They just want to keep, you know, stay consistent what they learned, so they can keep getting tries at what they want to learn. What have you all been playing? Anything good for video games this weekend? I hope you get a little bit of time to just chill and relax. That's what these cold weekends are for. If a player gave up, then they would just not finish. No penalty, no problem. You know, sometimes players can't or don't finish at the time. That's okay. We're still rooting for you. It is nice, right? To see it in a little more detail. Yeah, it's not as breakneck speed. New Celeste mod pack crossover collab. Yo. Celeste Squish. Made a new Minecraft server starts tomorrow. Celeste Squish. Chamber of Sennar. Sounds dungeony. Sounds like there'd be like a snake. Sounds like there would at least be one snake in that game. Sleep? No one ever wins. I've never met anyone that won that game. Although I'm trying to get a high score on Sleep a little bit later tonight. I'm gonna make a run. I'm gonna try. I'm determined. Level with the feather. Do you mean a level where you are actually flying with the cape, or a level that just uses the cape to sort of act like a little parachute? Players can honestly play for as long as they want. We've recorded very lengthy clear times in the past. We schedule about 2 hours a week for these broadcasts. Oh, nice try, Ender. We schedule 2 hours a week, and the broadcast is on for 2 hours. If someone wants to keep playing and they haven't finished at the end of 2 hours, they can just keep going. That's all right. As long as they want, really. Do you mean, are you looking specifically for a ROM hack races cape level? I think Shavna made a ROM hack race cape level at one point in the past. Oh sure, yeah, feel free to ask questions. That's all good. Say sorry if I seem a little quiet. Just feeling a little bit just physically under the weather today. Sorry if I seem like just kind of dull. That's why. It's got a little cold. Ender, man, right at the pipe. So actually, chat, if you will excuse me for 1 second, I need to get up for a moment. I will be right back. The race will continue, but I will mute and I will be right back in just a moment. Sorry. BRB. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm back. Sorry. Had to stand up for a minute. But yo, oh man, I was hoping I was back just in time to see Ender of Games get that checkpoint. They're gonna get it though. They're getting close. That is me. I am Glitch Cat. Glitch Cat is me. That's me. Just feeling a little sick today, so I'm kind of just like, ugh. But it's alright. We got some sick gameplay. Yeah, I'm alright though. I'll be alright. But thanks. If it's a Kaizo hack on SMW Central, there is a really good chance that I will play it. I had some tea and honey actually earlier. My wife made me some. I have a big bottle of sparkling water at the moment. Just enjoying the evening, and then I'm gonna eat some mac and cheese and go to bed. But yo, let's keep it up, man. Keep up cheering for Double Doom, Ender of Games. Second section on the left for Double Doom, first section on the right for Ender, but I know they've seen the pipe a couple of times, so it is just a matter of time. Let's give it up for the persistence. That is an important quality. Tonight's rating, a 6 out of 10 for execution, a 5 out of 10 for complexity, and 2 sections. Double Doom on the left, currently on the second section. Ender of Games on the right, on the first. We have rounded out our first, second, third place. We have 4 You Fail Me first, B2 second, Ike SMB in third, Trash Lord Oscar coming in fourth. And yeah, the racers can continue for as long as they'd like. Oh, there it was. Yo, Ender. Man, yo, it's so close. So close. Oh my word, nice consistency, dude. Ender of Games making their way in. Dude, that was odd. Like, they literally just got right back there. They took a dive at that pipe and were just like, nope, I'm going in. Nicely done, Ender of Games. Well played, well played. Ender of Games moving on to the second out of 2 sections. So, yo, Ender of Games, Double Doom, both players working on section number 2. Double Doom with a little bit more time spent on the section trying to work out this double shell part. But Ender of Games with every chance to catch up. So Double Doom trying to figure out what they want for that double blue shell obstacle. They want to bop that turn block, get it rotating, and then get the other shell through the open space that has been created. They're just kind of working with that, trying to figure out how to get those tosses timed just right. Chat, you feeling cozy? Doing all right tonight? Again, sorry if I seem kind of quiet, kind of low key. Just got a little bit of a cold here over here in me. Just feeling a little winter cold, sick today. Not too bad. This is the 368th level. We've been doing this for 368 weeks. Yo, soup adventure. That's a good adventure. That seems like a restaurant. There should be a restaurant called Soup Adventure. I don't know. Just seems like a restaurant. Like I just made it up right now, but you know, that's my new. I'm opening a new restaurant. It's called Soup Adventure, where every soup's a new adventure, and every adventure's a new soup. Chat, what's your favorite soup? French onion, a quality choice. Pho, a quality choice. Really hard to go wrong here with, no, hard to go wrong. I was just curious. Yeah. French onion's classic. That's just a good, that's like a strong classic Simpsons, you know? It's a classic answer. Tomato, respectable. Respectable. I can't remember the last time I had pho. I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? I can't remember the last time I had it. It's been quite a while. I'm gonna go with a basic. I really like egg drop soup. It's just pho, excuse me. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. I like egg drop though, that's my pick. I know it's kind of simple, but there's just something I really like about it. It is simple. It's kind of warm, simple, chill. I like that. I like the little crackers. I like to get like cheese wonton, dip it in the egg drop soup. Man, it makes it special. Yeah, is it pho? Is it pho? Is it po? How about a whole bowl of po? Oh no, sorry, all right, piho. Piohe. Ho. That would suck if you said it wrong. And if that would suck that if you said it wrong, you weren't allowed to eat it. You know, like sorry, you didn't order it right, so we're not gonna give it to you. JP. But then, you know, but also, how do I put this joke? You know, I wanted to go out. I wanted to go out for some pho, and I saw a flyer, and we went out and got it at Pho King. I had lunch one time at this place called OK Buffet. And you know what? It was okay. It was okay. Like strong okay. Not like mediocre okay. Like, man, it was okay. You know? Man, now you got me wanting some kind of noodles. I could go for some ramen kind of noodle stuff right now. I don't know. No place is open, man. It's like 9 p.m. on a Saturday. I don't know where I'm gonna get like a good noodle bar in small town Pennsylvania. Yeah, right? You know, man, imagine something not being open. Yeah, imagine not having noodles at 4 a.m. I mean, really. Nice job. Double Doom. Yo, saw them make it through that double shell part. Oh man, you know, I can get my own noodles. Let's try to get some mac and cheese. That's true. It's true. I feel so like, I don't know. It feels like cheating, you know? I don't know. Like, yeah, mac and cheese is technically noodles, but it's not noodle. You know, I don't know. It's macaroni. I guess it counts. I don't know. You know, I'm not in a position to judge noodles that are delicious. But, I don't know, mac and cheese just feels like cheating, you know? Yeah. Back in the day when I was super broke, I would make ramen, and I'd make like breakfast ramen, and I put like an egg and a little bit of syrup in the ramen without the flavor packet. It was actually really good. And then I have like a cool little breakfast bowl to take with me. I just like make that up in the morning, and throw it in my hand and get in my car. Yeah, that's funny. The mac and cheese noodles are probably closer to noodles than the mac and cheese is to cheese. Yeah. Yeah. Noodles and rubber. Edible rubber. Cheese flavored product. This is not cheese. This is just a tribute. That's like a Yankee Candle. Memories of cheese. Nice job, Double Doom. Yo, getting a little bit of consistency at that double shell. I like to see that. Hard work is paying off here. Double Doom, Ender of Games. We're chatting away, but Double Doom and Ender here are still working very hard. I regret that this isn't cheese. You know, I'll be honest. I can believe it's not butter. I can. I think I can. That doesn't seem like too much of a stretch. They're telling me it's not butter, and I'm like, okay, like I believe you. You know, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. I don't know, you know, they try to make me seem all incredulous about it, but I can. I can. I mean, maybe I want like butter, maybe I don't want it, but to say I can't believe it's not butter, like, yes, I can. Don't tell me what I think. Grocery store. You don't know me. You don't know what goes on in my head. You don't know what I'm capable of. So, like, why don't you back off with the aggressive sloganeering there, Buster Brown? Because I can believe it's not butter. I can believe many things. I have the capacity for great understanding. Big assumptions going on here from the buttered elite over here. Now, if they called it, do you suspect it's not butter, then I would be a little concerned, right? Then it becomes like a game. They're not being upfront with me anymore. They're not telling me what it is. Like, do I suspect it's not butter? Like, I don't know. I don't really know enough about butter. I always thought it would be kind of fun to churn butter, like in ye olden days. You know, they've got like the big, like, the little wooden thing with the stick, and you churn the butter. And then when I think about that, that's gonna be fun for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be sick of it. I don't want to churn butter. I just want to do it for 5 minutes and then quit. Yo, a little bit of progress from Double Doom. No, I bet I could do 5 minutes. Chat, how long do you think you could churn butter if you had to? Five minutes? 10 minutes? Like, you know, how long do you think? Guess your strength. It's not about liking it, it's about how long you can do it for. You don't have to, as my father always said, you don't have to like it to do it. Dad said a lot of things, you know. We're lurking into nursing homes. You know, maybe you don't have to settle for dry toast though, if you don't want to churn the butter, because there's always jelly, and there's always jam. What happened to jams and jellies? Did they just disappear? Those might be a little easier to make too, you know. Like, all you got to do then is just like hit some strawberries with a big mallet, and you're good to go. PBJ, just hit a bunch of peanut butter. Hit a bunch of peanuts with a mallet. That seems like a little bit more fun, you know. I would rather get my breakfast spread by hitting something with a mallet than like churning a stick. It just seems a little more fun. I like to have fun. I'm a fun kind of guy. I like to enjoy the experiences that I have. Life's about fun, you know. Making a little bit of progress over here. Double Doom. Working hard, not hardly working. Yo, hey, while we're being silly, let's give it up for these racers real quick. Don't forget, these friends are out here working hard on this tough level, and we should give them some claps in chat, cheer them on, make sure they know their efforts are not wasted. In my hypothetical question, the butter churning is happening in modern times. We're not time traveling here. Like, there still are butter churns. You can still go places in the world right now and manually churn butter. So, yeah, we don't need to bring time travel into this. That's a whole can of worms I wasn't prepared for. I did not come prepared to discuss the ramifications of butter-based time traveling abilities. Just out of curiosity, how long do you think you could churn butter for? How long? You know what? It makes me curious. How long does it even take? Like, how much time? Eventually, it will become butter. At a certain point, they stop churning it. At a certain point, they're like, okay, it's done. How long does that take in general? Like, there's a maximum amount of time here. You know, if you could churn the butter for 2 hours, you'd have butter. Like, it's over. You won. There's a way to win this game. I realize I'm on the internet and I can just look this up. Yeah, honestly, butter churning kind of does seem like a pretty nice workout. Pretty nice arm workout. Like, I'm down, you know, get my cardio in, do my lift for today, work my triceps, lats a little bit. Can take over an hour. That's less time than I thought. Yeah, that's less time than I thought. That makes me wonder if they don't have competitions. Is there, like, depending on your technique, you know, your posture, it makes me wonder if they don't have, like, farm competitions, you know, butter churning Olympics, like, who can do it the fastest. Because if they do, then you know that just like Kaizo, there are, like, niche celebrities in that world. You know, oh man, here comes Clarence Otis. He churned a 7-minute time at the last Butter Olympics. Man, that guy's unstoppable, but he's got some competition this year, you know. If there's a competition, there are goats. I'll put it that way, you know, universal law of goatedness. Yeah, butter any percent, exactly. What's the any percent butter world record? What's the fastest recorded competition time to churn a butter? Yo, we're seeing some progress though, man. Look at this, Double Doom. Keep your eye on Double Doom on the left-hand side, churning through these obstacles and making it into toast. Get it? Because the level's gonna be toast. Get what I'm saying? Yeah, food possessors. Yeah, food possessors. Like Beetlejuice. Food possessors would be tasked, wouldn't they? That's true. Tool assisted. That just makes me laugh. Like, it's like Dwango and Taskbot getting up at GDQ and just like turning it on, and it just like churns up butter in like 2 seconds. And you're just like, whoa, man, they are really fast. Support your local creamery. That's what I say. That actually was the thing long ago. My buddies and I, local music, local bands, we had like this whole in-joke about if you don't buy local creamery, like you're not allowed to come to the shows. We were adamant about it. I would love to be at the cheese competition. That would be amazing. I bet that smells fantastic. Oh man, I bet that some of the snobbiest people in the world hang out at the Cheese World Championships. Dude, I can already see the hornbill glasses and the scowling kind of look like, well, this cheese, far inferior. You used the wrong kind of milk, you fool. Come back again. I just kind of feel like the cheese competition is gonna be like simultaneously delicious, but like you're not allowed to eat any. You know what I mean? Like, it is really good, but you can't have any. Well, you can't appreciate. It takes a fine palate to appreciate this monster from 1865. There's no way someone like you could have the sophistication in order to appreciate it. I gotta feel like the Cheese World Championships are like hyper snobby, man. Maybe not. I hope I'm wrong. I'll be real. I hope that I'm wrong about that. I hope that it's the opposite, and the cheese competition is just like the nicest. They really want people to show up. Like, hey, do you want to try some of this cheese? It's so good. I'll be like, yes, I do. I'm glad everything I thought about this was wrong. And they're like, brother, welcome home. And I'm like, thank you. That's I'm imagining myself at the cheese finals, and then they're like, Glitch Cat, would you be a judge? And I would be like, yes, I will. That's a responsibility I will undertake. Kerry Gold Dubliner cheese. Is that special? I've never heard of it. See, and that's why I wouldn't qualify to be a cheese judge. I don't know enough about it, you know. What if the cheese competition has just one really snobby guy, and then everyone else is really cool, but they're like, yeah, watch out for Harold. He's a jerk. Just don't talk to that guy, you know. Just let him tell you that you don't know nothing, and just smile and nod and go about your business. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Harold comes in last every year anyway. Enters the same block of mozzarella every year, and boy howdy, he never wins. Somewhere between cheddar Swiss and Parm. That does sound really good. You know, it's funny that there's a cheesemonger and a fishmonger. I don't know of any other things that are a monger, but it's weird that it happened twice, you know? It's weird that there's two mongers. I think monger just means seller, if I'm not mistaken. Or like, this seller. I wonder if you have to like go to school for that. You know, did you go to Cheesemonger University? I want to, you know what, honestly, I bet cheese class would be great. That seems like a fun place to be. Yo, look out. No, yo, love to see it. Double Doom making some moves over here, getting deliciously cheesy, but not the kind of cheese that breaks the level. Double Doom on the left side of your screen. Yo, nice. Getting to that double shell jump that might wrap up the level. I've really enjoyed seeing the consistency kind of crystallize for both of these racers. Double Doom just like slowly and steadily just works out these obstacles, gets strats. Now they're cruising. I like that. I like that. Oh, thank you so much. it's been a fun time so far with ROM Hack Races, and we got new ideas for the future. We are taking a little bit of a hiatus at the start of the year in January, but that's just because we need to do some resituating of staff and things behind the scenes, and we will be back probably with new stuff to do, new ideas and new fun into 2026. So, drop a follow for the channel, hang out on Discord, and be a part of the action. Yo. Oh my word, I was thinking that was gonna be the one shot, man. Double Doom making it to the pipe. I love that, man. That consistency. They saw that less than a minute ago, and now they're back from outer space. Just walked in to find him here with that little bit of cheese upon their plate. I'm gonna start calling hardware stores ironmongers again, because that sounds way more fun. That sounds mysterious, and it sounds like I'm a Viking. If I say I'm going to the hardware store, that makes me sound like kind of a Hank Hill type of guy. Well, I'm gonna go down to the hardware store, get a couple Phillips head screws. I'm almost out of them, But if I say I'm gonna go to the ironmonger, that makes it seem like I carry a knife and wear a Viking helmet and probably know how to make my own boots. I'm going to Valhalla, so ironmonger it is. Yeah. Home Depot, what's that? Going to the ironmonger. Yeah. Where'd you pick up that hammer? Well, I got it at the ironmonger. Like, oh geez, that sounds like I went on a quest. That sounds like there was personal sacrifice involved. That sounds like I had to lift a heavy rock or two. Sounds like there was like music playing, like the Lord of the Rings theme. Ba, 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 ba. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I'm going to the ironmonger. You know what? First thing tomorrow, I'm getting up. I'm getting up with the sunrise. I'm going to the ironmonger because I need some new fluorescent light bulbs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm never going to Home Depot again. Also, like, if you're talking about your friend, like, this is my friend Dale Gribble. He works at the hardware store, and then you're like, hi Dale, what's up? But if you say, this is my friend Dale Gribble, he's an ironmonger, then people, like, treat you with a little bit of, like, awe. Maybe a little bit of terror, especially if they don't know what that word means, And they're like, what's that? Like, oh, you don't know? And then you can be all mysterious about it. Be like, you'll find out. Any excuse to wear a Viking helmet in the course of my regular life is a good thing for me. I don't get to wear my Viking helmet enough. That's for everybody. That's for everybody. Can't keep people out. That's wouldn't be fair. Well, nothing. Ironmongering is for everyone. Everyone who wants to be a part of it. Well, nothing. Don't be a gate monger. I'm just fooling. I'm just keeping the joke going. I mean, granted, I don't have a real Viking helmet. I just have a plastic Viking helmet from the costume shop. I keep it right next to my wizard hat. You know, it would be like if you had a plastic cowboy hat, you know. That's true. Yeah, we are not selling. We're not selling them in particular. Do you have to sell? I'm sitting here on the internet. I could look up many things, but I'm not, because I'm lazy. Talking about a wedding, my cousin had a pirate wedding. My cousin and his wife literally had like a full-on pirate wedding with like period accurate costumes and like a barrel of mead and they had a like pirate grog and food and stuff. Everyone had a cutlass. That was probably the coolest wedding I've ever seen. Do many hacks get made into cartridges? No, but some do. In fact, I actually have a surprising amount of ROM hacks on cartridges. More than you'd think. I actually kind of have a pretty good collection of hacks on cartridges. The thing about it is, not a lot of hacks get put on cartridges, and sometimes hacks that do get put on cartridges are basically like someone on eBay is selling it, but they didn't make it or anything. And like, I know it's kind of a weird gray area. Like, we can't really say anything. It's not like, you know, it's not a ROM hack. You know, Nintendo owns it. But sometimes, oh, Double Doom. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you'll see like a third-party seller on Etsy or eBay or whatever, just basically like, just take Dram 3 and sell a cartridge of it, which like I can't imagine they sell many of those. It's not a lucrative thing, but you know, at the same time, you know, like we took Nintendo's thing and we're just distributing the ROMs for free. We don't charge money for these, but you know, someone sells a cartridge of Dram 3. It's not like Panga's making, you know, they just took Panga's work and sold it to someone. I don't think it happens for hacks that much because this stuff is really hard. Not a lot of people want to play this. You know what I mean? Like, Dram 3 is super duper challenging, so even if you could sell it, the market for that is very small because it's just that hard, you know? Oh, excuse me. But yeah, sometimes people do take carts and sell them. I've seen them floating around. I have a surprising amount of them, actually. So in the past, I have purchased that's what I did back in 2015. But when Mario Maker got announced, I went out and bought a cartridge of Kaizo 1, Takamoto's Kaizo 1. And I started playing that. I have some of my hacks on cartridge. It's kind of like, it's neat, you know? I don't know. It's a strange thing. Honestly, I don't really know anything about it. You know, I just know that occasionally, sometimes you'll see a Kaizo hack for sale on a cartridge. And, you know, it's like someone, it's never the person that made the hack, you know, selling it. Typically the community does not, we don't sell, you know, we can't. We, you know, without incurring the wrath of Big N, we can't actually sell Kaizo hacks. And frankly, I wouldn't want to anyway. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to. These, you know, we make these things, we put them out there. it's, you know, it's just kind of a free community thing. I don't really want to try to deal with that. But I have in the past, friend has put some of my hacks on cartridge for me. Oh, as a matter of fact, I actually have one of those. I have the boxed copy of Grand Poo World 2 on cart. That I do have that. I have some of mine. I have a few friend hacks. Yeah, maybe I'll post it. Are you on the ROM Hack Race Discord server? After the race, if I remember, I'll post my picture of collection of hacks on cartridge. I have a pretty good collection, honestly, but most of them were either gifts or something I got a long time ago. Just say, generally speaking, you know, it's available for free, so you know. People don't really sell their hacks. Oh, I didn't want to curse it. Doing a dance. Yo, there it is. Double Doom. Nicely done, man. Absolutely clutch. Nicely done, man. It was cool to see. Double Doom just like learns the section, nails it. It's fun to see that consistency rise. Very well done. GG. Double Doom. Very, very, very well played. All right, so yeah, with that, y'all. Oh man, nice night tonight. We still got Ender of Games, and Ender is gonna play for as long as they want. But as is ROM Hack Race tradition, we are going to go over and raid Ender because, you know, we're just sitting here watching them. Why don't we go over to their channel and give them a follow and say hey in chat and like hang out? So before we go, I just want to say thanks again to everybody. First of all, you, that's right, you, for hanging out in chat, being silly with us, having a fun conversation. I appreciate that you wanted to make ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday night, so thanks for that. Drop a follow for us. We'll be back next week with another level, and follow the racers if you want to see a little bit more Kaizo on Twitch in your life. Big thank you to Revelug for making this level. You can also follow Revelug. They are super talented, man. You really want to follow Revelug. They are really cool to watch. One of my favorite players to watch. They're really good. So follow them, and I want to give a thanks as well to What's Up Dot on the restream tonight. We love our trans comrades. Big thanks to Mason, Mithrillionaire, and Electronic Logic for testing the level this week, and Citrus, as well as Captain Blueprint for scouting all the racers who came out and watched it. So thank you for being a part of this, and yeah, say we'll have another race next week. With that in mind, we are going to go over and we're going to throw it over whenever you're ready. We'll throw it over to Ender of Games. Give them a follow, give them some encouragement, and we will be back next week. Thank you for hanging, though. Until then, don't forget, you matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 longboy ferret. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled, autistic, and plural lives matter. And you. We'll catch you all again next week, and I hope to catch you around the Kaizo community. For my friends on my stream, I will see you all again on Monday. I'm going to sleep and hopefully get rid of this cold so we can keep rocking in the new week. I'll see you all then. Keep your head up. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.